We are on the road and we're heading to watch. I'm wearing purple. Hubby's wearing purple. We're heading to watch. I'm laughing because just before we came on camera, I promised him that I wouldn't show him. And of course, I just showed him. But you know how it is, right? He's in the vehicle. It's hard to avoid him. Anyway, we're going to watch. We're going to watch football at Glenmuir in Clarendon. So I'll show you a little bit of footage of what's going on, but we're going to have fun, not to blog. So we'll only do so much and no more. I said blog, I meant vlog. But I wanted to talk to you about a topic that I found online recently, and I wanted to share it with you. As you know, we're about edutainment here. So I'll share this with you. We're on the highway. Let me show you what the road looks like. It's actually a beautiful day. As you can see, it's sunny, but it's cloudy. So the sun is not always out, which is my kind of day. So let's talk about this topic. So the topic is stop wasting money. 10 sneaky is the operative word because we don't see them coming. 10 sneaky expenses draining your wallet and how to cut them now. And as you know, on this channel, I try to not edit because it just takes up so much time. So if I lose my train of thought, just be patient. It will come back at some point, hopefully while we're still doing the video, but it will come back. So the first one on the list is the subscription trap. The subscription trap, that is. Now, we're all guilty of this one. I'm sure you are too. So what we do is we have a subscription for Amazon Music. We have one for Curiosity Stream, and I'm telling you my business now. We have one for, in video I use that one, Kindle, and you have so many subscriptions. And what ends up happening is sometimes you forget that you have some of the subscriptions that you committed to some time ago and you're not using them. It's wasted money because most of these are monthly subscriptions. Some of them are annual subscriptions, but the point is we have not been doing a good job, and I'm speaking on your behalf when I say we, because I'm guilty of it as well, of managing our subscriptions. And because of that, that money, without us even realizing, gets taken out of our disposable income on a monthly basis. And it can add up. In my case, as an example, believe it or not, between Zoom and all the other subscriptions I have, when I was filing taxes the other day, my subscriptions were coming up to close to, there's one platform where I pay over $200 a month, so close to $1,000 a month in subscription. So it really adds up. I mean, that may not be the case for you, but the bottom line is, here's what you do. Go through your credit card records, go through your banking records, and do it every 3 to 6 months. And what you do is you identify, and this is my rule of thumb, you can come up with one of your own. Identify any subscription that I've not used for 3 months or more, I just cancel it. When I'm ready to use it again, I'll renew it. And of course, these are monthly subscriptions, not the annual ones. If you find that you subscribe for something on an annual basis and you have not been using it, don't wait until renewal time and then you forget to cancel. Go in and cancel it from now so it doesn't automatically renew and then it's too late and another year goes by that you are not using the service, but you're still paying the subscription. So that's for annual subscription. So be keen on doing regular reviews of your credit card payments and remove. I have to take a call, guys. I'll be back. I'm back. Another way to save money with subscriptions, well, this is not saving money, but you can consider sharing them with friends if you don't want to cancel, so at least they can get usage out of it, right? So they can use, like Curiosity Stream, I share my subscription with someone else, so I don't feel that bad when I'm not watching because they're watching as well. Maybe I shouldn't say that online because I don't even know if it's in their fine prints. Anyway, you get the gist. Let's move to the second one on the list, which is the convenience premium. Now, this is where, and I'm guilty of this as well. Do you know how when we go into the supermarket, when cut up carrots, vegetables that are pre-cut, or when they assort vegetables in a packaging instead of we picking them up. You realize you pay a premium for that. Now, I didn't know how great this premium was until I discovered something in the supermarket here in Jamaica. And I'm not going to stop doing this. I'm just going to make sure I work enough money to keep doing it. But we're at different places in our lives. If you're where you can afford the convenience of pre-cut or pre-packaged things, well, do you. But I'm saying if you are at a place in your life where you're trying to pull together money, whether to invest or to do something, then this is one to look out for. I have discovered in the supermarket here pre-peeled sweet potatoes. Now, I find it very difficult to peel sweet potatoes, even using a peeler. So, of course, I'm going to buy that. Pre-peeled roast breadfruit. I don't want to deal with, and for those who are watching from overseas, I'll try to pop up pictures here so you see what I'm talking. But it's a little bit messy to peel a roast breadfruit, so I'll do that. So I'm very guilty of this. But when I realized what the premium was, the roast breadfruit as an example, and I'm going to give you Jamaican currency, but you can convert it by dividing by 155. The roast breadfruit that was not pre-peeled was selling for $500 when I got it. And this was roasted. And the peeled one and the cut up one for one breadfruit, when you add it up, it was $1,200. And if I were to buy that same breadfruit raw without even roasting it, it's $300. You realize the difference between a raw breadfruit and a peeled cut up breadfruit is 700 Jamaican dollars. That's what, I can't do the math right now, but divide it by 155 to get the US equivalent, it's not worth it. So while some things are great for convenience, going back to my list here, what you have to do is to embrace a little DIY. Of course, if it's going to take you more time than it's worth, and you can use that time to make money elsewhere or to do other things that can make you more efficient, then by all means do that. But in the case where that's not possible, go ahead and embrace a little DIY, cut your own veggies, and even things like trail mix. You can mix it yourself. Get the peanut, get everything, put it together. It's significantly cheaper than buying trail mix. The third one on the list is the phantom load. And I didn't understand what this was because obviously we don't call it that. But how many times do we charge our phones? Our phones are fully charged, but we leave it on the charger to still be charged. You realize it's using electricity. How many things do you have plugged in right now in your house that you're not using? Whether it's a surge protector with something that's fully charged, that's a rechargeable device, or just something that has a light on it that's plugged in that you have nothing or you're not using it right now. Go through, here's the advice, unplug chargers, appliances, and electronics that are not in use, and consider using smart outlets or smart plug strips that automatically cut off devices when they're not in use and put them in standby power or standby mode. Next on our list is the brand name markup. I think I'm guilty of all of these, but anyway, I've gotten better with this one. This one is where, for example, cleaning products, we assume that the better brand is a better product, and instead we stay away from the generic goods. Now, there are some things that I don't agree with this on. For example, Cottonelle toilet paper versus the lower cost toilet paper, because I've tested this and I've shared it on my other channel as well, where to do a number one, as an example, 3 plies of Cottonelle can do it, but the other toilet paper I have to reel off so much because otherwise I feel like I'm using my hand. Doesn't work from that perspective. But when it comes to things like cleaning products, sometimes even generic prescription drugs, they're just as effective as the brand name things. But we get caught up with this brand name idea or concept, and then we suffer from the markup. So the key is be open to more generic items. As long as you can get the quality or what you expect, then you can be more open to it and try that instead. Next on our list is the impulse buy. Do you notice that at the cashier in almost every supermarket or every store, right there is usually a rack with things That's catering to the impulse buyer in all of us. It's the chewing gum that we pick up, the magazine that we pick up, or the candy that we pick up on our way to checkout, or that one thing that we really don't need that we end up buying that we could have done without. The key here is whenever you're going shopping, you have to be disciplined enough to make a list and stick with it. One of the things I stopped doing when I was in severe money savings and money investment mode was when I go to the supermarket, I wouldn't go into aisles that had nothing to do with what I was buying, because it drives temptation, and not all of us have the restraint to see it and not buy it. So if you're like that, avoid the aisles and be disciplined enough to stick to your list. What I do these days is I don't even go to the supermarket myself, because there is a service, it's from a club member, and I'm going to link her in the description. If you live in Jamaica, you send her your list on WhatsApp. She shops, she brings it back for you. It comes at a premium, but trust me when I tell you that your impulse buying would have cost you more than what you're going to pay to have somebody do something that takes hours to do, and then you can take that time that you're saving and monetize it in other ways. Next is the dining out dilemma. You know, all my career, I took lunch to work. What I would do is basically take half my dinner as lunch the following day, and I can't tell you how much money it has saved me. Let me just give you perspective. If lunch on a daily basis costs you about $10 US, that means for the month, which has about 30 days, let's say you're eating lunch every day for the month, that's $300. $300 US, that is, invested in an index fund over 45 years will make you thousands of US dollars. And remember, this is just your lunch money. So it was easy for me to sacrifice half of my dinner. It helped with weight loss as well, or weight maintenance, and take it for lunch the next day. A lot of us get caught up with the dining out dilemma. We say, okay, we're gonna just dine out on the weekends, or we're gonna just, buy lunch at work on a daily basis. Do some money management, just sit down, quantify it, and immediately you'll see why you need to stop doing it. What advice do they share here? Yeah, they say pack your lunch most days and save on eating out for special occasions. Oh no, sorry, save eating out for special occasions. And like I said, you're gonna be surprised by doing that. Brett, the noise is coming in. Can you put up the window, please? Thank you. All right, next on the list is the small fees that adds up. Let me give you an example. So, as you know, when you use an ATM machine to withdraw cash, that's not from your main bank or the bank that you bank with. So, for example, if you're in Jamaica and you bank with CIBC, First Caribbean as an example, and you go and use an ATM machine that's from another bank, like NCB, Scotia, or any of the other ones, to withdraw, it's gonna come with a fee. And in the US, that fee is very expensive. It's up to $3. And I know most of you watching reside in the US. It can be as much as $3 per transaction. Now, $3 per transaction adds up pretty quickly over the course of a month, because if you withdraw 10 times, that's $30. So all you need to do is to make sure that you plan when you're gonna withdraw money, so it's not a last minute decision and it's not an impulse withdrawal, because you're considering the fact that you have made provisions and organize your time to do exactly that. Did I explain that one? Let me see if there's anything else in my notes. Yeah, that's it. The next one is the forgotten memberships. How many of us have signed up to a gym, pay for 3 months, 6 months, or a year, and they see us 2 times and we work out like, we're gonna do it forever, and then we disappear for the next 8 months. I'm guilty of it. Honey, are you guilty of this one? Crickets. Anyway, I'm guilty of it, as I was saying, and I know many of you are guilty of it. There's a lot of membership that we have out there that we're not using. The solution is simple. You just need to make it a habit to go in, again, check on what you're doing, and do the cancellation before it's too late. The next one is the just in case purchase. where you end up buying a lot of things because you think that you're getting a deal because it's on sale. You didn't need it when you woke up this morning, but it pops up. Toilet paper is on sale. You're gonna buy it and then you stockpile it for future use when you could have saved that money or used it to do something else, and as such provide or not permit money from sneaking out, which is what we're talking about. And the next one, the last one actually, is the late payment penalty. And this one is a no-brainer, but we still do it. I'm guilty of it as well. Take, for example, a credit card. You know that the payment is due. You know that there's going to be a penalty when you pay it late, but we still do. As an example, in Jamaica, when we pay our electricity within a certain time frame, we get a bonus of $250. I know 250 Jamaican dollars sounds insignificant. It probably is for most, but after a year, it's close to $3,000. To me, I'm not letting that money pass me by. So we have a situation where we end up with these late fees that could have been avoided because of poor planning or poor execution. It's not right, rock stars. Anyway, those are the 10 sneaky expenses that sometimes we don't even realize is costing us. And if you were to sit down honestly and add them up, it would be a pretty penny that, if invested correctly in a diversified index fund, could reap significant sums that you could probably leave it for a child or a grandchild. Let's see, this is where we are on the road. I'm done with my list. And like I said, I'll just do some brief footage when I get there of what's going on and share it with you. But I hope you learned something new. Walk good or drive good. What we do? Walk good.
If you consider drinking anything alcohol.
This is my beautiful niece now. She just passed to go to, which school you passed to?
St. Andrew High School.
That's correct. So we're very proud of her. I'm gonna pop up a picture here of her as a little girl. It feels like just the other day she was in prep school, and can you believe going to high school now? I'm so proud of her.
Thank you, Auntie.
So we're at Glenmuir High, and Glenmuir is playing against Kingston College. So let me show you some footage. This is where we were going. That's all the footage I have time to show. Tuning out. Gotta go and actually watch the match. Oh, yes, as long as what?
Stop now?
No, I didn't stop. I'm not talking. Later.